Alright guys, what's up? This is going to be a long video. Alright, we have I think this is the newest version of the garter loading nozzle. They never included the valve set with the shell. You would always have to buy the shell, and then occasionally they would have this on the side. And I also saw that Guns Modified just came out, so we'll be doing a review of the Guns Modified, but I'm going to be double checking these new garter ones to see if they're as good as the original ones. Now I know that I'll see comments on my Facebook and YouTube. Oh, my garter loading nozzle broke, blah blah. Guys, you have to remember there are pirated versions of the garter loading nozzles. Unfortunately, I've even bought a couple myself from trusted ones, and I reached out to them, and they got gypped. So the problem is I think the people who say their garter loading nozzles broke really easily, you got the pirated one, right? They break really fast. They're like under 100, 200 shots easy, and they'll break. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do an old test, and like I saw this video, I don't know, like probably 5, 6, 7 years ago, and this video on YouTube. I think it was on YouTube. I probably even commented on it, and this is like, it was through a Facebook friend called GBB Gamer. He's the one that showed me to it, and I don't know if he showed it to me or if it was on his Facebook, and I saw it, like, wow, that's a badass test. And what they did is they literally biscript the shell, and then they had like this big rubber mallet. I don't have a rubber mallet, so we're just going to use nylon, and they smacked it, and they put it in the high kappa, and then shot it. So we're going to do the same thing, obviously not 1-to-1, because I don't have a huge, I don't know what, poundage that rubber mallet they had. It's rubber, but you're still hitting it. And we're going to see if that one kind of survives the test, and let's get started. And this guy's going into my full auto, okay, which needs a good loading nozzle. The original one that's in it right now, this is the original AIP loading nozzle. These I love. All right, the new ones, garbage. All right, anyone that's telling you otherwise, I don't care what they say. I've seen some people say, oh, it works just fine. Honestly, they're probably not actually shooting it with BBs, or they're actually not shooting it that much, honestly. This was bought probably about a month ago. I don't know if they changed the batch or anything, but I could show you. I have like a couple, 4 or 5 in the background just broken. These are all their new ones, and they've been breaking here in half. And the ramp you can fix, but why would you want something that's just breaking easily? It's obvious there's something wrong with the material they chose. Whatever material they were using back then was much better. Alright, I don't like the windows, never did and never will. The windows are still essentially the same, but you can modify the windows. So I'm actually curious to see if this one survives it. Like in the video, I don't know how exactly they did it, so maybe I might destroy loading nozzles, but we're just gonna do it for science. I think they closed it like here. Okay. Okay, so this one is okay so far. Obviously I can't test it, but I was just curious to see if it was going to break or anything. Alright, here's garter. I would say that's, let me put it on focus. I would say that's pretty fair, alright guys? I just remember seeing the video, I was like impressed, and ever since then garter loading nozzles have been good for me. Alright, now we're just going to reshape this back, so just squeeze it. Let's just see. Alright. Obviously, you know, guys, this is not like a end-all be-all test, but I like it. You know, it's cool to see that they're willing to, you know, vice grip something on camera for you. And then we'll do the same thing to the guns modified. See how that does. Okay, so far it looks like we're okay. We're gonna this is a full auto gun, so we'll shoot. I don't have my compressor set up, so what we're gonna do is just shoot. I have a Pro in here. I can put some gas. We can dry fire some BBs. Dry fires in general. The design. Is there any change? I know Guns Modified, they changed the design on the rocket valve, so I'm very curious to get that. But this looks like this is just a traditional design. Doesn't look very different. I would need to get a stock TN to compare, but just based on my knowledge. Okay. Let's install this now. It's very easy to install this, guys. Are we in focus? Okay. Spring first. Drop it in. Okay. Make sure the you know, let me show you guys. You see how there's little. You guys can't see that. This goes in forward. Okay. Always drop that in face forward. Okay, rocket valve next. Now what you want to do is you want to kind of line this up, and you can see there's a little oh, it's gonna be so hard, but you basically you want this to line up just like that. You're gonna drop it in here. You're gonna need to kind of push it with your, if you're left-handed or right-handed, you guys will see. I can't show you this obviously because of camera angles, but right now I'm trying to push it in with on the left. Okay. I'm holding it with my left hand right now because you have to hold the valve block stopper in this position, and then you gotta navigate with your right hand. Get the screw. You guys can see. Right now I'm just trying to screw this in. Okay. I think. I don't think I got in. Yeah. Now you have to just line it up and then get the screw in. That's where a pain in the ass will be. This one's not sharp enough. Okay. Okay, you guys can see that the last part I put in should be flush. Alright, you should never see in the bottom of the window. If you ever see it in the bottom window, that means it's either like, you know, it's canted or it's not perfectly lined up. Next thing you want to do is you want to push. You always want to make sure the valve rocket isn't like messed up, or you know they did a bad job or something, and push it not as hard as you can, but just hard enough so you can see if it's getting stuck in here at all. If it's not getting stuck, you're good to go. If it is getting stuck, then you got a problem. Technically speaking, you don't want to sand it, because if you sand it, it can go further in. So I don't know. I'd probably say try a different rocket valve first. If you have no extra rocket valves, then usually I would say stay away from the sanding, but the rocket valve is usually the culprit. You kind of want to add material so it stops to close it instead of going into the hole. Then it's just going to get stuck. So always check the rocket valve. That's the one thing that needs to be checked. Let's get some lube in here. Let's do 20. My murder oil finally ran out. If you're on my Instagram, I posted a little, rest in peace for them. Cause I've had that for 6 years. Been a long time. And I've always just, before that, I was just using real steel or car stuff. And I just went back to what I know as RC stuff. Because RC guys are nuts, and they're really good at knowing their stuff. You can learn a lot from RC guys. Okay. We'll see if it survives, really. Because this, we could think this is fine. I didn't see any cracks or anything. Then we can shoot it, and it could not, shoot at all. So that's the point in. So don't forget, guys. This is literally just a vice squeeze in a loading nozzle. It should be flexible. So it's not like a, hey, it passed this test. That means this loading nozzle is good. Because funny thing is, the new AIP one, where's that one? It could pass its test, but it's still garbage. And I love AIP, but that thing, I just, no thank you. Not everyone can always win. That's for sure. There's a lot of garter things that I don't like, but I swear by their loading nozzle. That's for sure. But with Guns Modified coming into the arena, oh, I'm excited, guys. I can't tell you how excited I am. They entered in a long time ago, but I don't know what happened. I think it had issues actually. So we'll see if this one's any better. Okay. Just want to get the top screw in. And I can't think of a better gun to test out the loading nozzle, to be honest. Full auto is just insane to to really put the test. This guy's doing good so far, by the way, guys. I know I haven't updated, but I'm kind of just beating him up right now. Just playing around with him. So eventually, I'll get the project done. I did find a new stippling tool. Well, it was for leather, but kind of had them work with me to get something different. So we'll do a video on that in the future. Okay, we're getting stuck. Got a pinch. Okay, now we just need to line up. Alright guys, here goes nothing. Let's move this out of the way. Thank you, Vice. You've done your job. Let's get some. I don't want to mess in here. I just literally cleaned up because I'm going to be having people over here. I'm having like a little garage sale meetup. Trying to clean up this garage. Alright, let's see if it feeds. Is it feeding? No, not feeding. What's going on? Let's take out the short strokes. I might have put too many for this setup right now. Do I even have a short stroke in here? Yeah. Alright, I was trying this guy today. This guy's a hit and miss. This like I think I called these a rebound system. And then that's the guide rod is Airsoft Gateway, the 50%. Okay. This is like if you want a guaranteed feed, this should be it. The only thing that would be stopping it would be the BBs. And these are crappy Matrix ones, but anyway. I work on a lot of guns and I do a lot of testing. I need some cheap BBs. I'm not sponsored or anything. Alright, looks like we're feeding. God, it just feels so fun shooting full on. Alright. Let's get another mag. This is the Goddard one. We're going to do a part 3 eventually. Oh, are we leaking? Yeah, we might be leaking. I need to tighten it. You see how there's this wasn't here this morning. Okay, we'll check this. Let's put some... That's making a mess. Alright, let's just put some BBs in here. Because you know what? We need to check the ramp. But what I'll do, guys, is... I bought a bunch of these. So they're just going to be... I'll be testing them over time. And quite honestly, if they didn't change their formula or anything... I want to shoot past the 100 mark. Okay? That's like the pirated ones. They never like last more than like 100, 200 shots. That's... You'll know right off the bat if you've got a pirated one. And to be honest, I think a pirated one wouldn't be able to survive that the vice grip test. So let's shoot the Pro one more time. So this is more of a like what is this, like a general overview, quick test? Not sure what we want to call this, but I'll think of something. Because this is not a definite test, you know. So we're gonna have, there's gonna be some gaps in here, but that's fine. This is cold. Yeah, it's really cold. That's one thing. Full auto system works really well with HPA. Gas, yeah, it's gonna suffer because your mags are gonna be so cold so quick. Like that's one thing I don't know if I even said in the videos. I probably should have said, like, if you're using gas systems, you should have some kind of a, or keep them wrapped up in warm towels. Just be safe with that. You don't want them blowing up. But I'm saying if you shoot them a while and they're always cold, yeah, you're gonna want to warm them down. What am I missing now? Okay, let's do some more. Okay. Yeah, see. Okay, is there one in the chamber? No. Oh my God, get in there. Alright, we're just going to dry fire it out. Okay, we are empty. And what we're going to do is finish this Pro in, and then we're going to take it apart and see if there's anything. Oh my. I hate these BBs, man. Hey, if there's any high-end BB company that wants to sponsor the channel, well, not sponsor the channel, I don't want to sponsor, but hey, if they want to give them out and I'll display them in the corner, like actually good BBs that I can use for the videos, let me know. Alright, I'm dead serious. Alright, good. We're out. Let's... Alright, let's see what it is. I'm pretty sure that's more than 100 shots easy. Let's just say worst case scenario, 40, 40, 80, and then the garter mag. Alright, one more mag. One more mag, so we really get past. Damn, if I have my HPA set up, then I can't because it makes too much noise right now. You guys will die. Let's just do the garter one more time. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, 2 pull-ins and 2 garters were definitely over 100. All right, I don't want anyone saying you're not over 100. You know what? First impressions. There we go. It'll be first impressions because, you know, first impression doesn't mean it's the actual, you know, real review, because I can't possibly figure that out. You know, just within a couple hundred shots. Like, you know, this guy's going to go through his paces first before he gets my approval, but they have a strong track record with me, that's for sure. Okay, screws. You also gotta check the screws on this bad boy. Let's see, this is loose. I would say realistically, when you get this system, if you're like done building and toying with it, you Loctite everything. Like I'm always changing this stuff here, so that's why. You know, I haven't Loctited anything, so I can change things and figure it out. But once you figure out your system, Loctite it. You don't want like the screw coming out repeatedly, because it's damaging the stuff over time. But okay. Oh my God. Alright. Alright, let's see where we're at right now. See if there's any marks or any little cracks we can see. Obviously it's still working. And it's only 200 shots, but it's, you know, better than nothing. I don't think most videos will ever show you this. That's why, you know, I do what I do, so you guys can see what's up live. No edits, no bullshit. I'll never change on that. That's just one. I know when I eventually, if I ever make a store, that's gonna be one big thing about my store. Like, it's only gonna be stuff I like or approve, and you know, maybe other places will try to copy me, or people already may copy me with my whole meat and potatoes and holy grail stuff. But who knows? That's what my store is gonna be all about. All right, screw was definitely not all the way in. So you guys see, that's why make sure you do a better job than I did. I didn't do a good job of making sure this was seated. You can see it right here. Oh, okay, you guys see how it's silver right here? That means it went up and it hit my blowback unit a little. Yeah, you can see this little mark right here. You see that little streak? You always want to look for clues here. Sometimes people will say, hey, my loading nozzle broke easily. I'll tell them, hey, look for any marks in your loading nozzle if you see any. And the most common one I see is a lot of people lose their screws on the 4-3, and they'll put in their own screws without even thinking. And what it does is there'll be a screw mark right here, and it's kind of like hitting into the loading nozzle, and then it's, you know, you got a force here holding it down, and you got a force when you shoot it trying to go that way, and then sometimes right in half. So I'm gonna fix this. That was my fault. But damn. Nothing. Okay. Good good first impression. Alright, survived. This is not a fake one, that's for sure. Past 200 shots. I'll update you guys if anything goes wrong. It's coming near the end of 25 minutes, so I need to push the record thing again. Okay, and we're back. It was getting close to 25 minutes, and when it gets to 25 minutes, it's completely stops and says it's split into 2 files. Or let's take out the internals. Okay. Let's see. Since I didn't put this in right, that was dumb of me. I don't know if you remember seeing from the video. It wasn't like completely at a straight angle. Yeah. Okay, that's one thing I want you guys to learn from me. Just don't do it again. Okay, so when you put this in, make sure it's completely straight. Let me see. I don't know if you guys can see that. Okay, can you guys see that? That's how you want it to be, okay? That's how it should look inside a loading nozzle. And you should be able to see the hole in here. You should be able to see right through the valve stopper, alright? So make sure it's perfectly straight. I didn't do that. And what I did is I tried forcing it at an angle somewhat. And that's why, if you saw it, was kind of creeped up. It wasn't in perfectly. So what I've done now is me being stupid. Is the threads are not completely ruined, but you can tell that they were somewhat, quote unquote, damaged. So don't do that. Learn from my mistake on camera. And other than that, everything inside looks just fine. I'm going to put this into probably my pink Filado. I want to keep on running this one in here. I've been keeping the build constant and just changing out the recoil system, playing around with that. So this is going to go into this guy, I think, or he might go into my 4.3 because the UAC loading nozzle is finally like showing some signs of a not a fracture, but like a break on the top, and I kind of want to get that out of there before it breaks. Ignore this, guys. I'm just playing around with some ideas here, having like a comm system, like a futuristic modular look, but whatever. But ignore that. I will update you guys if anything happens. Probably Instagram. I don't think it'd be worth a full video unless it was a really serious thing, and I'd be pissed. No, yeah. You guys know when I get pissed, I do videos. Okay. This one was on. This wasn't on Instagram, but this one. I'm sorry. This was there was another one I did on AIP loading nozzle. That was on Instagram. But everyone has been asking to me. I'm not buying these. I'm done buying them, done testing them, done giving them a chance. I don't know what happened because the original ones were good, but at the same time they were also cheaper back then. This is ancient, guys. By the way, I don't know what it is, but these are like kind of maybe it's just the stores in America, but like they're like 15, 20 bucks sometimes. And I'm like, I don't remember paying that much back then. I remember paying like 10 bucks for these. These were cheap, but then again, that was like overseas. So I bought these. You have to remember, I was buying pistol parts and even selling them locally before any stores were in America. I was literally probably the first guy doing it. And it's just, they've come a long way, but why? Alright, we're going to do next, we're going to do Guns Modified. That one I'm very excited for. What they've done is from the pictures, they updated with the, this is the AIP Speed one. I think they've done a similar design to the AIP Speed one, but I'm hoping it's just better material. Alright, so don't listen to anyone out there saying these are good or they're not. I know stores will try to force feed you them. Don't. Honestly, if I need to test this more, but honestly, garter loading nozzles are my favorite. Everyone asks me every day what's your favorite loading nozzle. It's garter right now, and it's still garter to this day. There, you just get the old one. The old one, the old shell works wonderfully. If it breaks under 100, 200 shots, you got unlucky, you got a pirated version, you need to contact the store immediately and tell them that you have a pirated version. And that's if, make sure you install it right. If you install it wrong and you did some stupid shit, that's on you. Okay, that's I give Airsoft stores credit for having return stuff. I don't believe in that, but if you honestly installed it correct and it broke within 100, 200 shots, contact that store immediately, because they have someone is scamming them, unless they're scamming you. But if they're reputable and they have a good reputation, contact them and you can help figure it out. You can help them solve a problem instead of just reaching out to me. Cause there was one comment, some guy saying, hey, he's broken 100, 200 shots, and I think I told him he got a pirated one. He didn't care. That guy, honestly, he should be contacting the store he bought it from to help them out, to realize they got a fake one. That's what I would do. It's okay. So first impressions, garter, you did a great job. You survived the vice test. I don't know if that's exactly how it went, but it was an old video, and I just remember them vice gripping it. Oh, I forgot to hit it with the hammer, but they got like a big suck, and it just hit it a couple of times. I'll tell you if this one breaks. We'll hit it a couple more times. It's obviously not that big. Hey guys, sorry for that cut. I don't. The camera just shut off, so I don't even know where we were. I think I was hitting this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit it some more, and I'll just update you guys via Instagram, or you guys can hit me on Facebook. Like, I'm just going to smack this maybe 100 more times. I'm not going to waste your time doing that, but I'm going to smack it more. We can see it's already a little deformed. It's not a perfect O anymore. You guys see that? Look right here. So I'm gonna have to just reshape it, but I'm just gonna smack it up a couple more times, and like I said, I'll update via Instagram, or if you guys have questions, just hit me up. I'll probably update around the 5,000 mark, which is just it's a bag of BB. Is it a bag of BB? Usually it's 5,000, or yeah. So that will take some time. But yeah, all right. I'll see you guys around. Take it easy.